Hey, it's me, TB, and today I'm going to be talking about how I rate books and like why I rate things the way I do. So like just to make a long story very short, there's no like scientific reasoning. I don't have like a system. It's kind of just how I feel at the time. I can kind of just go on that. It's basically like the very quick version. Usually I kind of know how I feel about a book. There's more, but I'll get into that. So first and foremost, I don't view 5 stars as like out of 10 stars, because I know some people see like 5 stars, like a 3 star would be like a like 60-ish, because it'd be like 6 out of 10. So like it's not bad. That's like 10 stars, but for me, I don't view like a 5 stars as being equal to 10 stars. If that makes sense. Like I just don't. So for me, a 5 stars means like, if it's 5 stars, means like it was near perfect. I didn't have any like major complaints, and I just view everything as a 5 star until I actually start it, I guess. So like everything starts as 5 stars. Like the more problems I have, the more it will like slowly go down to like being like just a 1 star. I don't like 5 stars happen pretty often for me because I'm easy to please. So there you go. I think I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to books. So I just rate a lot of things pretty high, and just in general. Like I'm not a very like critical reader. I don't treat things for like literary merit or like, so I don't care about that at all. So like most things start at 5 stars, and the more worse they get, the lower they go. So like 5 stars is means like there might be some flaws, but I think that they can be overlooked because everything else is so much better, or like there aren't any major flaws. And if it goes to 4 stars, that means that there were some major flaws, but overall it's still pretty great. I usually it has been like really major to like a character not making sense, or like I got a plot twist not making sense, or something like that, for me to break it down like to that. Or it's just like a build up of a lot of like small things that can also bring down to a 4 stars for me. And it's like a 3 stars. That usually means that it was average. It's like it's a 3. It's between like 4 and 5 and 1 and 2. It's a 3. It's in between. It's like in the middle of everything. It was okay. There's stuff I really hated, stuff parts I liked probably. It's very like in between everything. It's in between. There are parts I liked, parts I hated. Usually, no, not really parts I hated. Parts I disliked. When it comes to 3 stars, they're probably like the ones that give out the least, I feel like, personally. What do I know? But I don't actually like keep track. Or, like I do keep track, but don't like pay attention. I just kind of put in the information, kind of just ignore it until like the end of the year. At 2 stars, this means that it wasn't often enough for me to DNF it, but I wasn't liking most of my time with it. It's like a 2 stars. It was just okay. There was stuff that I probably hated, but I can see why someone else was like this. Like how maybe I'm just too old for the audience, and there's a lot of things that ended up being really bad, but there were still like little things that I did like that I felt like kept it up. Then 1 star means that there was nothing I liked. It's pretty much just shit. And yeah, I just didn't like any of it. That's why you never see 1 stars for me, because if it's like 1 star, we'll usually just end up DNFing it. So 1 stars will usually be like stuff I have to read for class. I'm sure some people don't feel like they can rate stuff they read for class, but usually like I'm in stuff we read for class anyway. So yeah, like usually you read classics, and I usually like reading classics or like older books anyway. So it doesn't really change how I feel about a book. So for instance, I read the Scarlet Letter for a class, and I fucking hated it. I was open-minded, but I still ended up hating it, and I was right in my hatred because it was shit. So yeah, that was like a 1 star for me. As for 2 stars, I think I recently read Unforgiven by Lauren Caine. It's like book 5 in the Fallen series. So I reread those books recently, and I liked them all. I thought, I read the newest book. How bad can it be? That was pretty fucking bad. Like the characters were very out of character. That can bring it down. I felt that the plot conflict didn't solve really quickly, and just like the context is really cool, but it felt like a backstep, or like a walking backwards from most of the series, because we're back to square one when it comes to like knowledge of the universe. I just feel like there's a lot of like small things that made it worse than it should have been. So that's why it was 2 stars. 3 stars, I don't know when I last rated something 3 stars. I rated Shay's Children by Garth Next 3 stars. Like it was holding on to my nostalgia, but like certain parts felt so like extra, like a waste of time. I shouldn't feel like it deserved more than that. That I did rate it once before in like middle school, so I did keep it up to like a stars. But it just wasn't fantastic. It was okay. It was just okay. Like there wasn't anything awful about it. The characters felt very one note, and it just felt like there's certain aspects that never got explained, and I hate open endings. I don't hate them. They have to be done well for me to like them, if that makes sense. So I just think like the open ending was done well, and like a lot of things were just left unexplained, like how it got to this dystopia, why these kids have powers, why these aliens came to like another dimension to attack humans. Nothing really explained. So it was just 3 stars, kind of just okay about it. First, like I said, it's gonna be overall pretty good with like some like a build up, either like a lot of small flaws or like one really big bad thing about it, you know. For instance, Temeraire by Naomi Novik was like 4 stars, like 4.5 for me. So like I really enjoyed it, I really liked it, but I was constantly confused like between like how big dragons are, because like I talk about this all the time, but like they see like stories about like a boy and his dog, but like a man and his dragon, so it's just really cute. The dragon can talk and it's really fun, but it's like dragon warfare in like Napoleonic Europe. Also like a book that reads like kind of like classic-esque, but still reads very modern, at least to me. Like dragons are described like varying sizes all the time, so I'm kind of confused between like whether or not a dragon is like bigger than a house or like human size. Dragons do vary in size, but like even like the main dragons feel like their size isn't very like solid about sometimes, so kind of just confused most of the time. So yeah, like I did really enjoy it. It's one of my favorites, but I was still kind of like confused as to like how big dragons are, and for that kind of like ruined the story for me a little bit. That's like 4 stars instead of 5. Some extra 5 stars. We have Cloaked in Shadow by Ben Alderson. Like basically about gay elves like that can shapeshift. There's like a romance going on that's very like wholesome and cute, and I love it. It's very intense and angsty, and there's like romantic parts, and like there's like the sort of build up throughout the entire series. At least the first 2 books I read. Third book is on my TBR. I haven't gotten to it yet. It's right there, and just like so great. I don't have any like major flaws with it at all, actually. Like there's nothing really major I can say about it. Like that it's like perfectly paced. Like there's tense moments, but then like the tense moments are followed by like slow moments, so you don't feel like you're going too fast. Just like how I sometimes talk too fast, but hey, we're not here to talk about that. So it just feels like paced very well. I like the characters, I like the relationships between them all, I like the plot, I liked the world building, the magic. Everything is very just fun and wonderful for me. So therefore, it's 5 stars. I have tried systems, but like I usually like check something like if I am unsure. A few times that I have been, I just like use like viewing like star systems people use on YouTube to see like how I feel about stuff, and I usually end up being pretty close anyway to how like I thought I was gonna rate it. So it's kind of like, so I don't use them anymore because I'm usually just rating what I thought I was gonna rate it anyway. So there you go. That's why I don't use the various rating systems you see over on BookTube everywhere. I just usually know how I feel about a book. I feel like I should trust my emotions when I should trust like scientific systems about stuff, because like I feel like that makes it too like literary-ish for me. I don't want to put in more thought and effort into books than I already do. So yeah, that is how I rate books. I hope you liked hearing me talk about stupid shit for that long. If you liked the video, like, share, subscribe, all that shit, and I'll see you in future videos.